Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. To my subscribers, I say a very big thank you. Then also for my returning subscribers or those that are watching for the first time, thanks for watching. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful gown that you can see on the screen. So I'm going to be using this bodycon material for it, and then this gown is also going to have a zipper because my client wants a zipper on it. Normally it should not have a zipper. So it is an off-shoulder gown rather, as we all know. So I'm going to be starting this from around 6 inches. So this is how deep or how off the gown will be. So I'll place my rule from 6. So whatever I'm measuring will be reading from 6 inches. So now, having placed this on 6 inches, I'll just go ahead and locate other parts I'll be needing. So there is the bust line. So go ahead and locate your bust line as well. Then I will locate the hip line, which will be on 16 inches. So go ahead and do this as well. Locate your hip, your waistline. Then next I'll be locating the hip line. So the hip line for my client is on 23. So this varies depending on the measurement you're working with or the size of the person. Then the length of this is around 31 inches because she's not that tall. So I'll be adding extra 2 inches to this in order for me to be able to fold it in with. So having done this, now I will use my ruler to connect all of these together so I have a perfect straight line. So guys, go ahead and do the same thing for yours. You can as well decide to cut on a pattern paper before working directly on the fabric. I just feel we've drafted a lot of gown, so I think this should be easier for us. So go ahead and connect your straight lines. So I'm connecting that of the bust line now. Right. So another thing you should take note of is when you're making a dress like this, you want to go ahead and measure around the chest of the client you're making for. So this is also another thing you should take note of, or you should measure, because most times our clients are always wider and somehow always thinner. So what we want to go ahead now is, now having done this, now having located all these lines, I'm just going to go ahead and input all the measurements I'll be needing for this. So there is me indicating where the length of the top is and then the 2 inches I was added. So now I'm going to go ahead and try to label these lines for us. So here I have my bust line. I'm so sorry, the material is too light, so the chalk will not be visible on it, and this is what I had left. So that's the length right there. So right here now, I'm going to be taking in my bust circumference divided by 4. So there is me checking out my measurements on that piece of paper. I just go ahead and check out for your bust measurement or your bust pan measurement divided by 4. So here is me marking what I have for mine. Now another thing I want us to know here is I'm not adding any allowance to this. So I just took the same bust measurement there, right there too, on the top of this. So I will not be working with any allowance for this. Like I said, it is just going to be the main borders without extra allowance. Now the reason I'm doing this is because this is the bodycon material, and then it can be super stretchy. So at the end of the day, I found that my allowance is just a waste. So that's why I'm not working with an allowance. Now here is my waist measurement divided by 4. And here is my hip measurement divided by 4 on it. Now having connected all these lines, or having made these lines, for the other part now, which is the length of this, I'll just subtract 1 inch from what I have on my hip line. So this is for it to just have that pencil effect. So I'll just subtract what I have on my hip, just 1 inch from what I have on my hip. Now once I'm done with this, I'll go ahead now to connect all of these points together so that I have a shape. So this is me just trying to not make that part So that's the way to the hip line. So I didn't want that place to be kind of too sharp. That's why you can see me actually going down by about 2 inches, but this is actually not necessary if you are fine and you know how to make your hip curve properly, or you're using a hip curve. So now I'll be connecting all of this together like I said earlier. So just go ahead and blend all of this line. You can see the way I'm connecting this together like this. So another thing is, please guys, make sure you don't have any sharp edges. So after you are done using your ruler, you can go ahead now and trace this out to blend or to eradicate those sharp edges. So this is what you can see me doing right here. Now for this part, I'll be using the curvy part of the ruler for the hip. So just watch the way I'll do mine and then go ahead and do yours. So now the last part I'll be connecting will just be to the length. So I'm going to use the straight part now to connect it downward like this. And these are all the points I'll be connecting. So just go ahead now and make sure you don't have any sharp edges. So blend it in, blend it in, blend it in, guys. Now once I'm done with this, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be cutting this out. So here I'm just confirming all my measurements. So here I still feel it's a bit sharp, so I'll be blending it in again. So go ahead and check for all sharp edges for yours. So blend it in, guys. Now once I'm done with this, I'll be cutting it out, and then my front piece will be actually ready. So go ahead and cut on those lines you've made already. So this was what the front piece looks like. Now just fold about 1.5 inches for another fabric and then place on it like this and cut out the back fabric. So we should be familiar with this if you've been making a gown. So that's 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to go ahead and open this up, because there's no way it will be worn if I have it closed like this. So take your time to open this up carefully. So all of this, I've gone ahead to open it up, and this is what you should have once you are done with yours. So now I'm going to be cutting an interface for me to be able to turn this with, because I don't want to use a bias for this. So I'll just cut an interface of about 6 to 7 inches. Now I'm going to be placing it on it now to trace out the shape of what I have on that upper part. So you can place yours like this as well, and then cut out the excess you have. So this part again is going to be gummed down using my hemming gum. So now I'll be using this as the lining piece just for the top, and then I'll be gumming using an hemming gum to gum the excess or to fix it down. Now I'll go ahead and cut what I have left there once I know that it is well arranged. So now let's cut this out. Now once you're done with this, you want to also repeat the same process for the back piece. As you can see, this is for the front piece, so I'll be setting this aside now. Then I'll be cutting another interface for the back piece. So the longer interface will be for the back piece. I'll place on it as well, just like I did for the front. So you want to make sure you arrange this properly as well, just like you did earlier. Now once I'm done arranging, I'll just cut out the excess I have as well. Remember, this is a very stretchy fabric, so you want to be careful while working with it, and you want to make sure you don't have any shortage. So once it is properly laid, I'll just cut out the excess I have on this part right here. Now since it's the back piece as well, I'm going to open up this interface, so I have it in 2 pieces, just like I did for the dress itself. So cutting this out here, I'm going to have it in 2 pieces, so I have room from both sides. Now I'm going to be using this as an interface, like I said earlier, or as a lining piece. Now we're going to begin sewing this together. So here is the front piece, and then under I have the back piece. Now I'm going to be showing us how to use the interface in order to turn this. So just place this on it like this on the top. So you want to go ahead and place it on the right side. So right side facing right side, just as if you are working with a lining piece. So it will be flipping over to the other side once you are done sewing. So just go ahead and place it as you can see me placing. Then I'll be running a stitch on that side and then on the 2 sides as well. So we'll run a stitch on the top and then on the 2 sides, and this was what I had. So I also went ahead to do for the back piece. So this is both the front piece and the back piece. So I already used the lining piece or the interface to turn this together. Now I'll go ahead now to fold the 2 inches I added as the hem. I'm going to go ahead and fold it. So here actually I've already used my hemming gum to hold that down, but I ran out of it, so I'm just going to be getting it. So here you can see I've already attached my zipper to the back piece, and then I'm going ahead to fold in hem already. So what is left for me now is to go ahead now and join this down. So remember I added no allowance to this, but I'll be using 1 inch allowance to join on all the sides. So here is where your chest measurement will be needed. Go ahead and measure your chest measurements and then use it to shape the gown. But for the sewing allowance, I'll just be taking 1 inch on both sides. Now here I have flounces. Our flounce I've already gone ahead to cut. So I'll be leaving a link to another tutorial on how to cut the flounce. So the flounce is going to be used in order to decorate this or to embellish this. So I'll just go ahead and then join this down with 1 inch like I said. So the flounce is going to be from around the waist point downwards to complete the length of the gown. So here is me just locating where I want the flounce to be. So where you want the flounce to be actually can depend on you or how you want to go ahead and just make the style. But for this I'm going to be putting the flounce from about 23 inches. So now we'll just go ahead now to join this together, and then I'll work on the flounce. So this is it when after I was done joining the front and the back piece together. As you can see, it looks beautiful. So guys, don't forget to use your hemming gum to hold down the top part of this. So I ran out of the hemming gum, that is why I've not done that, but I'm still going to be working on that as well. So this is the point where I'm going to be fixing my flounce from. So I'll just mark that out, and then I'm going to be placing it as you can see me doing just now. So what I'm going to do is I will be placing it like this, as you can see. Then I'll be leaving about 2 inches gap in between each of it. So this is actually depending on how you want it to be. So I'll just place it so down like this, as you can see me doing. Then I will fold to the other side and just make a tiny stitch in order to make this as neat as possible. So you want to make this second stitch as tiny as possible. So you just go ahead and place this 2 inch away from each other, or however you want it to be. You can make it 1 inch, you can make it 2 inch, but for now I'll just make it about 2 inch apart from each other. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'll just take my time to show how I placed each of the flounce I'm going to be working with. So here I have 2 flounce placed already, so I'll be placing another one. So this is just going to be depending on how you want it to be, like I said. So you want to go ahead and keep placing your flounce. Now remember not to space this, like don't make the space too wide apart from each other, because you have a lot of gap in between. So my loves, I'll take it to the sewing machine and then stitch this down, and I'll be back to show us the results. So guys, this was what I had after I was done. As you can see, I only made those tiny stitches on that part. So this was what I had as the outcome. So if you find this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to this channel so that you get notified when I post a video. And then I really appreciate you to take your time to watch this. Thank you for the love and the support, and I will see you in my next one.